As we conclude chapter 1, we learned that organization has a vision and mission and also has strategy and goals. To execute the organizational vision, we create strategies, structure, system and process, help the organization execute the strategies. So we conclude chapter 1 and we proceed to chapter 2. Chapter 2 is about introduction to management and management process. It is almost chapter 1 and chapter 2 is the same, but to elaborate it more in chapter 2, organization at every level. There is planning and specialization and division of labor, all which is a part of the management. So organization has its own planning, specialization of an area, and division of labor. This is a part of the management. So as we have learned before, the organization creates its own structure and system, because without structure and system cannot able to perform any activities, and also without vision and mission, also an organization cannot able to work. Structures and systems are very important. So chapter 2 elaborates the definition of the importance of the management. According to Harold Collins, management is art of getting things done through and with people in formally organized group. Management is an art, getting things done through and with people formally organized groups. So according to Taylor also, management is the art of knowing what to do and see that is done the best and cheapest way. So according to the definition of Harold and Fowler, management is the art of getting things done through people in formally organized group, and also the art of knowing what to do, when to do, and see that is done in the best and cheapest way. So according to these two scholars, the importance of management, it helps us achieving groups goals, about achieving goals set, and optimum utilization of resources, reduce costs and reduce economics, and also establish sound organization, establishes equilibrium and essential for prosperity of the society. So management is very important for achieving the group's goal and optimizing the utilization of resources, reduce costs, establish sound organization, and enables organizations to survive in a changing environment, and also efficient management leads to better economical production. So it is important having management in our. So the evolution of the management thought, you will read it yourself, because management cannot able to come within one day, one certain ways, but it takes a long period of times, from a century. It takes a long history, has a long history. So it is based on the different theories. They are based and reached in our times. So there are different theories which is related to management, operational management theory, behavioral science theory, system theory, modern management thoughts theory. All these are the theories that has developed the contemporary management system. There is also in the management, there are some principles of management, and these principles help us to the importance of management. So these principles are improving understanding, increase the knowledge how to manage, and also there is a principal role of management. It acts as a lighthouse to guide managerial decision making and warns the dangerous and enables course correction. Guide to research in management is also one of the principles, because research should be undertaken to make management practice. So, because of that, principles of management are universal or applicable to all organizations. It is flexible, have to cause and effect relationship, aims at influencing human behavior, and all of them are of equal importance. So there are 14 principles of management by any form, and this is applicable to and universal or applicable to all organizations. The other point is management is also, we are going to deal with that. There is division of labor. When a major task and activities of organization is divided and carried out by different peoples in organization, it is called division of labor. In a division of labor, there is authority and responsibility, unity of command, unity of direction, equity, order, discipline, all are coexisted together. The other is in management, there is initiativeness and fairness. So all are these the principles of management. Stability, it takes an effort to train person to do job and therefore keeping him stable. This stability is very important, necessary to get the return investments. And there is also a chain among different tasks, activities, departments, divisions, and classes. There are different chains among themselves. So, subordination of individual interest to general interest. Individual draws their identity and livelihood from the organization. So, centralization and decentralization also one of the areas that the management principle has. Centralization means the authority at the top level. Decentralization means delegating to the lower level. So we are trying to see the importance of management process. Now we are going to proceed chapter 3. Chapter 3 is talking about planning and decision making. An organization or a business company has dealing with planning and decision making. In the previous unit, we dealt with the definition and importance of management, evolution of management, principles of management, and management processes. In this unit, we will deal with the definition and importance of planning, types of planning, steps in planning, decision making, and introduction to models of planning in decision making. Planning and organizing decision making is the culmination in planning and hence not included as a step. Planning is a process of accomplishing purposes. So it is in fact blueprint of a business, how it grows, how it implements various actions required for growth. Planning goals and therefore sets goals, and therefore the cornerstone of management. Planning should always end its shield because indeed the purpose of planning. Hence the unit discuss how the decisions are made and covers to help to do it. So when we see that definition and importance of planning, planning can be defined as basic management function which enables one select the purposes of business and how the resources should be mastered to achieve that purpose, to include using the available resources optimally to do that. This plan is the main part of the organization process and also plan. Therefore, planning is about looking ahead. Planning always taking a future synonymous and also a future thing. Planning answers 6 basic questions regarding to any activity. What needs to be accomplished? What are the alternative routes to it? When is the deadline? Where will this be done? Who will be responsible for it? How it will get done? How much time, energy, and resources are required to accomplish these goals? So planning is looking ahead. So you can read the importance of planning from your module, and I will proceed to the next. There are also types of planning. One is corporate planning, the other one is business planning, and the other one is functional planning. They cover long-term objectives of various business and their way to this. So these types of planning has its own characteristics, because based on importance, there is strategic and operational plan. Based on formal processes, formal and informal. Based on approach, proactive and reactive. As you know that the incident plans that will make anticipating an incident is called suddenly or changing immediately. This alerts us, ongoing, we call it proactive plans, and something that will make as a consequences of an event, an action of competition is called reactive plans. So when we go to see that also there is long-term, medium-term, short-term plans. So this is also the part of the planning. There are also steps in planning. Establishing objectives. Every plan has to first establish objectives. Second, developing promises, deciding on the environment, both external and internal, in which our plans are going to operate. The third one is determining alternative courses. We have to determine, and we have to evaluating alternative courses, different alternatives. We have to see in different directions. And we have to find which one alternative is suitable for our goals and our objectives and business company. So we have to select the courses, we have to formulate plans, quantifying also budgeting is one of the areas that we have looked into planning. The other important thing is decision making. Decision making can be defined as a way of choosing from the alternatives, since no actions can be taken without a decision. So when we plan, we have to decide and which one is best for the interests of the stakeholders, for the interests of the company, for the interests of answering the question for the society, and answering for our objectives and also goals, as well as mainly for our visions and missions. Planning will not go any further without a decision. So decision is very important in every stage and every places of planning at planning stage. So decision is very important and also an integral part of planning. So we have to focus on this. So there is a process leading to decision can be thought of. So decision making also have different levels of premising. Premising one, the other one is identifying alternatives. The third one is evaluating alternatives and choosing alternatives. So when we make a decision, we have to make which one is right and which one is wrong, act on it, and we have to identify different alternatives according to the plan that we are going to do. So the different models, planning and decision making, you will find from your modules. And so one of the important on decision making, consultants and research developed a number of frameworks. One is the SWOT analysis, is one of the planning and decision making. SWOT analysis of a company's strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats is a popular model. Most of your students knows about the SWOT analysis. This is about the strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threat. So you can have it from the module. So I'm going to proceed to chapter 4. Now, chapter 4 is dealt with organizing and staffing. What do we mean by the organizing and staffing? In the previous unit, we dealt with the decision making, analyzing introductory models, and planning and decision making. Once a plan evolves, it is very important to implement the plan, because plans without actions are taboos in the business world. You know that without plans, you can't implement anything. So we need to have a plan in order to act upon it. In order to implement, one has to have an organizational setup. Without organizational setup, how can you implement something? Organizing is centered on the concept of specialization and division of work. By dividing and grouping on the basis of similarity, we arrive at. So when we talk about organizing, is that an effective and necessary tool to implement the plan. Some are of opinion that is the leadership and people are good in organization can run even without organizing. Besides various other activities, organizations such as managing, planning, making strategy, etc., people are also needed. So all this, the managing, the planning, the making strategy, people are needed to organize to effective and necessary to implement the plan. This is, we have to give an important area that we have to think about it. So definition and importance of organizing. Organizing, the word organize often refers to conducting a party or meeting, having the same, having together, bringing together. But for practicing managers, the term organization means that formalized and intentional structure of roles and positions. So when the managers are practicing organization, it is a formalized, intentional structure of roles and positions. Organizing is a function of management that follows planning. So organizing can just be described as identifying and classifying required activities. This has to be organized, grouping of activities to attain the objectives, because the objective is the core point of business company or an organization. So we have to attain the objective, grouping of activities to attain the objectives. Grouping is one of the organizing items. The other one is assigning each group to a person or a manager with the required authority to supervise. Every supervisor has to be placed the place where he acts upon it. This requires organizing. So organizing is important for the following reasons. Organizing, when we say that organizing, one, we have to create roles. The second one is facilitate specialization, clarifies authority. All this has to be organized, and also enables coordination, because we have to see the relationship between every activities that ensure mutual cooperation among individuals and roles is the most important thing. Because without coordination, you can't organize your works. So facilitate effective administration. Organizing is helpful in defining the job position. So we have to identify the job position by facilitates effective administration. So also it's important, supports growth and diversification. It facilitates the growth of company and also provides a sense of security. So belongingness. Employees have to have a confidence on their organization. They have to build security upon it. They shouldn't be worried about it. So this will help, organizing will help all these things. So there are types of organizations. One is formal organization. In formal organization, the relationship, roles, norms, and responsibilities are defined and are usually reduced to writing. Consequences of achieving and not achieving the goals are also defined. Everything in proper ways as put in formal organization. Informal, it refers to network of personal and social relations which originates within the formal set of spontaneity. There is no formal structure, there is no formal way of commanding systems, but suddenly, in between, the social relations originates with formal setup of spontaneity. This relationship is built on likes, dislikes, feelings, and emotions. This is informal organization. Relationships between formal and informal organization. For concern working, both formal and informal organizations are important. Both are very important. Formal organization originates from the set organizational structure. Informal originates from formal organization. Mainly the origins are the formal organization, but one is informal because of the set of the terms, and also that an efficient organization, both formal and informal organizations are required. They are the two phases of same concept. Formal organization can work independently. So this is all about organizing. So there are 4 steps in organizing. You'll find it from the module. So there is also disadvantage and advantages of different matrix in organization also applied in this organization. So you can read from the handout, the one you received it. So because of time, maybe I'm going to proceed to Unit 5. Unit 5 is, we are going to discuss about leading. In previous unit, we dealt with the definition and importance of organizing, types of organization, and departmentalization, organizational division, and span of control. We also analyzed staffing and its importance, line concept and staff concept. In the manufacturing economy, once people have been positioned to do various activities, the next step was to pass instruction to people and how to accomplish tasks. It brought for importance of every manager being a leader, which is perhaps the reason why in organization I hear so much about leadership. An element of power and authority is vested in every job as so in the unit organizing. However, the power so vested is insufficient to get the best out of people. Therefore, through the managers have vested powers, they have to rise up above and become leaders. In this unit, we will deal with the process of leading. As precondition, we must accept the notion that all of us are destined to lead in an organization in some or the other form of, even we are doing a job, which is relatively low in hierarchy. So in one way or in another way, we are leading, we are participating in leading. Maybe at home, it could be at home, the place where we are living, the place where we are interacting. So we are the part of the leading. So in one way or another way, every person is a leader. Leader in a church, leader in a school, leader in a company, leader in a society, leader at home. So leading is also one of the important components of organization. So when we define leading can be defined as the process of setting direction. It sets direction, creating alignment, where to go, and creating engagement to deliver high productivity and facilitate change. So leading is directing, it is related to direction, It is related to facilitation. It is related to engagement in high productivity, and also it is the part of creating an alignment. So always directing and leading goes together. So directing can be defined as a process by which the managers instruct, guide, and oversees the performance of the workers so achieve fundamental goals. So direction is also one of the process of in the management aspect. So guiding and workers to be achieved goals. So this is so we have to think about it. Directing initiates action, and its form here is that actual work starts. Directing has a strong human component and can be perceived as a mechanism by which people are given orders using the authority and held accountable for the orders giving using all means including rewards and punishment. The manager rewards and the employees submits. When we come to the leadership, in my experience when I was working in two NGOs, Concern Ethiopia and also SOS Infant Ethiopia, I was a coordinator in one of the organization, and I was a manager for one of the organization. There are different departments and also divisions under that NGO. And the mechanism by which people are giving orders using the authority and held accountable for the orders. There are divisions, departments, classes of receiving different instructions. So when they receive these instructions, there is an authorized person, an authorized division, an authorized department who implements the rewards and the punishment. So in every places of the organization, there is leading and directing goes together. So you can have and you can see that at the same time characteristics of leading. Also one of the areas, one is persuasiveness. Leading is required all levels of organization. It is incorrect to believe that leading is required only at the top level. The other characteristic of leading is continuity. Leading is a continuous activity. It is continuous throughout the life of the organization. So leading has such a continuity behavior or characteristics. It is also a human factor. It has also a human factor. Leading implies the existence of followers, much like directing implies the existence of subordinates to whom one can pass order. It follows that there is a key human factor in leading, and because human factor is complex and behavior is unpredictable, leading function is important, and people have learned the art of leading. So these are the main areas of leading characteristics. The other one is creativity. Creativity is important in leading because human factors and individual varies and group variances. So these are the main characteristics of leading. So you can read also the importance of leading from your module. There are different importance for leading because leading has its own characteristics and behavior. There are roles and functions of leading. These are functions of leading. There are setting directions. This is one of the functions. And the other one is creating alignment. The other one is creating engagement. So leading is an important component of organization. So without leading, you cannot able to set a direction, create an alignment, and you can't deliver appropriate and right services and also tasks to the organization. Thank you very much.